Hey everybody! I am so excited to be joining the fabulous Rebecca Lockhart, celebrating 500 subscribers on her YouTube channel. I just showed you the layout that I'm going to be scraplifting today. For my layout, I'm going to be using primarily Chamel's Field Trip collection, and then we're going to do some stamping with some stamps from Visible Image and from Feature Craft. So I'm going to start by kind of cutting some paper down here. I'm going to use this gray background for my layout. And then we're going to use these two bright, bold stripe and dark patterns, saving all of my branding strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting 4 strips of paper, 2 thicker pieces of this striped paper, and then 2 thinner pieces of this nice dark navy blue pattern. So I believe that this first piece is 3 inches, and then the second piece is 2 of the striped paper. And then the dark paper, I cut a strip at, I want to say like 1.5 inches. And then I think the other one is just 1 inch, because I knew I was just going to need a wee little bit of it. You'll see what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to kind of use it in those torn layers that are on Rebecca's layout. So now we're going to tear them. I'm going to go ahead and tear all 4 of these strips of paper, and then I'm going to ink them up using Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink. Once I had those strips torn and inked, I'm going to layer them in about the positions that I want them to be layered on my finished layout. And then I'm going to take my T-square ruler. I'm going to place it so that I have the ruler just underneath all of those papers. And then I'm going to draw a little guideline for myself. And I did this on the other side of the paper too. This is because I want to do some stamping, and I don't want to stamp too much, and I don't want to stamp under where my paper is going to be. It doesn't seem like, just useless if I know it's going to get covered up. So I'm going to start my stamping with just these 2 little music notes that are in one of these Visible Image stamp sets. So I am stamping using Suede Shoes, Daydream, and Juniper Mist from Catherine Pooler. I matched these colors up with colors that are in that striped paper. I put 1 music note on one side of my acrylic stamp, or my acrylic block, and 1 music note on the other side of my acrylic block. I'm starting with my brightest color, the Suede Shoes. Then I'm going to clean my stamp. And then my last set of music notes is going to be with the Juniper Mist. I'm only putting the Juniper Mist down the left side of the page because it is very dark. And I'm going to do my title in my stamps down in the corner where the other 2 colors are. And I want to make sure that I don't end up, I'm not going to mask anything. So I'm going to need to keep that darker color just on the left side. This alphabet stamp I'm using is from Feature Craft. I think it's called a Highliner alphabet, and I'm also pretty sure you probably can't get it anymore. But it's just a really thick, nice, kind of chunky font that I thought would work really well with the Field Trip collection. So I'm going to stamp my title in all 3 colors of the ink that I stamped the music notes in. And my title is going to be The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. So if you are... when I was a teenager, I had an In Vogue album that I listened to over and over and over again. And there was this little riff in it that was the older song called The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. And every time I look at this photo of my nephew, that's what I sing in my head. So that had to be the title. So here is my title all stamped out. You can kind of see how by doing it that way and not stamping that really dark ink, the music notes kind of seem like they're falling behind my letters. Now I can get these torn pieces And since I marked where the torn pieces ended, my torn edges are not going to cover up my title, which is really good. So I'm going to start with this striped piece, and then underneath the striped piece, I'm going to go ahead and tuck that darker torn edge, and then I'm going to do this exact same thing on the other side, just with the larger pieces. I chose this pretty teal paper, and I am going to go ahead and cut a mat for my photo at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 to mat my photo with. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my Big Mama roll of foam tape and pop my photo up a bit. So Jody has been getting some feedback on her tape that the backing paper is hard to come off. I don't have any trouble with mine, but if you do, I would suggest grabbing a pair of your fussy cutting scissors and using it to kind of loosen the backing paper up. The foam tape is really sticky. It sticks really nice, and you can see I have like most of my roll gone, and I just ordered another one. So for me personally, I don't know if it's a weather thing or I have not had any problems with mine, but I know that she's gotten some feedback that some people have. So I thought I'd just show you that little trick. If you have trouble getting the backing paper off at all, just grab the skinniest piece, your skinniest scissors, and it will pop off right away. So I just decided that I'm going to move the cluster. So in Rebecca's layout, the cluster is on the left of the page. I'm going to move that cluster to the right because I don't want to cover up all that beautiful stripy paper. And plus, I want to add some of these circles. I'm going to fussy cut these circles, and I don't want to put the circles on top of those stripes. That would be like disaster. Would so not work at all. So I am going to go ahead and again, I'm showing you here how just to use that little bit of scissors and pop it up, and then you can tear it right off. Whatever scissors you have that you fussy cut with, or whatever scissors you have that have a really good like tip, I was even thinking that maybe a pokey tool would work. Just a thought, if you're having trouble with your Big Mama rolls of foam tape. We don't want anyone to have trouble with their foam tape. That would be horrid. Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut all of these lovely circles. I'm going to pop them into 3 different areas of my layout. And then I want to add just a bit more typography or wording to a couple spots on this layout. And I'm also going to use some of these cute little puffy stickers and create a little cluster with them right over top of these circles. So pretty easy and done layout. I think this turned out so cute. I love it. I love the puffy sticker element. And I really enjoyed this. So make sure you head over. I know Rebecca is doing a giveaway. So if you go through the hop, be sure to check out Rebecca Scraps, her YouTube channel, and say hello. Tell her I sent you, and check out the giveaway that she has on her channel. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you all again Monday because I am taking the weekend off. Bye.